I met Chi a few years ago while she was a very intense, driven working woman that I could barely get a few words into our conversation back then. And I see Chi transformation into this blossoming mm, person and a mother. And so I'm very grateful to see the journey that Chi has been on. And you said Tai, but all of you are working. You are the work that you do as a mother is ongoing, even though you stop your professional job, but the greater work of your life continues as a mother. And so I'm curious, what does it mean for you to be a mother? What is your experience of being a mother? And you can share your experience of being a mother. You can share about your experience of relating to your own mother and where you are. And then later, well, I would like to hear you talk about how the practice of mind kindness impact how you experience motherhood. But just start with what it means for you to be a mother at this moment of your life. How about we start with G first?
Me?
Yes, you go.
Now
Yeah,
the order reverse. So for me, as a um, I consider myself a late motherhood, and the motherhood for me is a really a privilege because it took me 5 years trying with different medical procedure, up and down with different incidents, um, in order to become the mother today. So for me, this is the thing that for me every day I feel very grateful. I feel very lucky, and I, it taught me that motherhood is never something I take for granted, even for a single days, for a single moment. That I feel very grateful, and because of that kind of the feeling, somehow when entering the motherhood, I used to feel that, oh, I'm very ready to become a mother. I will be a good mother when I enter the motherhood because I've been waiting for it for so long. But then I went through all the similar process of I feel every other people. Like I have baby blue, I have identity crisis. I feel that I'm not good enough. I feel that um, oh, should I go back and driven because to my career because I love feeling good about myself before when I was at my career, but then I also struggle about how can I risk like not being with my child because his childhood is also just coming once and I will miss it. So I think and somehow my mind is telling me that, oh, everyone is feeling the same, it's maybe okay, but my heart and also I always feel nervous about it, and it's very hard for me to make the decisions. And I don't know, the make decision making for me is it's become so much more difficult. And that was when I had a chance to it's just like from the universe after 5 years, Dr. Holm ping me and say, hey, there is the journey. Can you join? And I think, yeah, it's a perfect time for me to join. So, so through this journey of my candidate, I joined before the private cohort as the participant. Um, I got a lot of realizations, and also it made me more calm, and it made me feel more grounded and um, about and one of the things that it gives me the thing that move forwards is I trust that whatever I did at the moment, even though it's not perfect, even it not up to the standard that I imagine, is I did my best at that moment. So I think that is a realization, and I feel it's very powerful for me to have that realization during the practice. And please take a breath with me.
Mm. You mentioned, Ji, that you you were late coming later as a mother, and then it took you 5 years and a lot of work to even conceive a child and many experiences through that. Mm, I imagine it was very difficult and a lot of uncertainty. Would you share a little bit what you gone through during
Mm,
that 5 years, just so we get a glimpse of what it takes for you to step into motherhood?
yeah. So, sure. So sure for me, like for us, I have to when we come into the medical check, doctors say that it's very normal. No problem with us, serious problem. But it's the thing that it didn't have happen. I couldn't conceive, and I realized the fact that it's a 40% um, at the moment that there is a case that the people will don't have any issue and still hard to conceive like that. And I don't know why were that, but that the numbers. So I have to go to the procedures, different type of the procedure, and um, the most extreme one I have is the IVF, but I need to have to do like 6 times of IVF and multiple times of egg harvesting, that where you have to inject a lot of hormone into yourself. So that decision, that procedure is also making a lot of changes in my decision, that I was living abroad, like living in these different countries, and then I decided to have to go back to Vietnam near my family, and where I feel that there is a medical about conceive of IVF in Vietnam is also quite good. And during this process is also, of course, I there was a time that I tried the process, nothing happened, and I have to make the decision that I have to quit my job. I have to stop my job because this is the time I need to focus and this is my priority. It was not an easy one because coming from a person who have a hobby like work and come into something without certainty, like I don't know when it will happen, when can I get pregnant, and have I just know that I have to stop first and don't think about it too much. And it also very scary for me at that moment. Um, uh, to even to feel, have a feeling that being a tai tai is also feel not something I'm aim for in this life, something like that. So I don't feel um good about that. But then I go through the process. I also went through the experience of miscarriage as well. And that is also something, when I have that miscarriage, I realized that uh, some quite many women around me also have that experience as well. And some of them didn't share, but the moment that they heard that I have that situation, then they share their secret. Some of my friends she share that, and I feel that wow. And some people like been through this miscarriage differently. Some really cry and feel guilty and even cannot get over. Some is like blocking in a box and avoid it, like don't want to think about it. So many different experience. And for me at that time, I also went through that, and I share with Joy that experience as well. And luckily, through her lens, she told me that I went through that moment and I made myself a ritual to went through the miscarriage moment and I can overcome it, which I didn't know that I went through that ritual. So what I did was when I realized that there's no heartbeat, um, instead of I took the medicine and go to the medical procedure, I decided to get it go out naturally. Of course, with the doctor, consultant, and on the phone. But the experience of me getting the experience that go out naturally, and when it happened, I was on my own, and I was the one who used my own hand to clean up things and put the thing in the box. and I was really crying a lot at that time. But that experience sounds very scary, right? But actually, it's a ritual, and I felt like that was the last task of a mom doing for her child, and it was a very powerful closing for me. So that what I didn't know that I have that kind of ritual is doing, but when I talked to Joy, and thanks to my kindness that they have the chance for me to talk to Joy, she told me that, hey, you did a ritual. You have a ritual to close it? And I was like, what gives me those kind of the moment to make a decisions, to choose, make a choice, and go through that ritual and didn't feel scared and have a proper closing. So that was my experience throughout that. But and then after that closure, also another moment that I received a lot of help from other women, and one of them is also sharing with me the book about making babies in 3 months or something like that. So it combined it combined the methodologies of taking care of yourself. It's not it like total health. Like for a woman, it's not about you go to the IVF, you focus on the reproductive things, but there are two other things that we need to take care of yourself. It's about your holistic health and also your emotional health as well, mental health as well. So that is the realization for me during this motherhood was, hey, I took a convenient one to be a mother, like just focus on the productive and getting the doctor to decide everything and just follow it. But then I come back and I look into the whole journey, and and that procedure was a combine east and west, where you understand your body type. You also have a what is that, exercise, nutrition, and all those kind of things to match it with your body type. You also take care of your what is that, mental health, and customize for your type of body. I didn't get pregnant after 3 months, but that whole experience also telling me that um, there is a bigger and a more the holistic pictures for to take care of myself, that even now it helped me as well to become a mom. So it's a long journey with a lot of up and down and learnings. And sometime now I become, as some people, if it asks about IVF, I become the I become the person who can give them advice and help and sharing experience, or connect them with some doctors. It just come naturally, and I feel that I can also give back about that blessing and that gratefulness to others. Please take a breath with me.
Mm. I feel very touched, and I can sense that there's the palpitation of being touched by what you share, Chi, particularly with the ritual of, I just feel emotional for a moment, the ritual of completion with one of your child, one of your children. And from a family constellation practice or understanding, a miscarriage is actually, you count that as your child. And what you've done is to honor that child. And so I'm just very grateful and touched by the awareness that you have. Please take a breath with me. Leanne, I saw that you visually touched. How about you sharing your experience of motherhood?
Hmm. Feeling my body, I trying to calm down all the intense emotions, because as a mom, I can really relate to what she shared.